Well, here we are, a few months into the new year, with Trump as president, and nothing has changed. So I guess it's a good time for me to tackle something I've been wanting to address for a while. We are all on the same side. All of us. And here's why we fight, and why we can't see it. Ladies and gentlemen, your government is dying. It's dead. It's been propped up like a scarecrowed corpse, and people are pulling the strings, Weekend at Bernie style, to convince you that everything is okay. The governments of the world are in serious debt, hemorrhaging money left, right, and center, bleeding money from every orifice, while convincing you that it's natural. I don't think that anyone can say that this kind of irresponsible spending is healthy. It's like a gambling addict betting on the wrong horse intentionally. And nothing will ever de-incentivize politicians of this. When was the last time a politician got convicted for squandering the public tax dollar? And they always just blame the last guy that was in power, while rarely ever doing anything about it, even if they were in a position of power at the time. So they blame each other and keep spending, giving each other raises, creating new departments that need more funding with more taxes. But what do we always hear? We always hear that there's not enough money coming in to create all the programs that they want to bless us with. Universal income, government housing, free healthcare, government internet, phone, TV, government art, government drugs, and on and on. But for some reason, the money's just never there. So, what's the solution to not enough tax money? More taxes? Or more people to pay the taxes? Hell, why not both? So, they convince us that we need immigration. Immigration is always the answer. They always say that the best way to push society forward is to have a positive growth rate in the population. And since you people aren't multiplying fast enough, we need to import more people. And not just people, the best other places have to offer. We need their best to come here and supplement our society's lack of doctors, scientists, and mathematicians. And so, we import all the best people we can get our hands on, and offer them great jobs and great money, if only they complete their mandatory educational upgrades. And some do. Some go on to be doctors and researchers and whatever else. But some don't. Some are just happy to be out of their own failed country. So they're happy to drive cabs to become unskilled laborers. And the key term here is happy. I'm not looking down on them. But what this does is it creates a competitive unskilled labor field. It creates a vacuum that pulls people down into the poverty class from the middle class. Now, the people that used to be able to make a good living running a small business have to compete with people that are willing to undercut them by a huge margin. Competition becomes too high and people get pushed out when they're not willing to work for dollars less than they used to. And so, more people get pushed down into the poverty class. Not to mention the people that were already in the poverty class that the tax money was supposed to help to begin with. At this point, people working at McDonald's are getting paid more per hour than the starting rate for a skilled trade. This also affects the countries from which we take our labor and higher educated individuals. The process is called brain drain. It's keeping underdeveloped countries underdeveloped by taking all their skilled, educated, and motivated individuals. On top of keeping poor people poor and reliant on the government for handouts, the government is also keeping itself in power by pandering and virtue signaling to the immature emotional youth and immigrant families, telling them that they will continue to bring in their friends and family as long as you keep voting for them to keep immigration open. And you can keep feeling good about yourself for helping poor people because they clearly can't help themselves. I can't believe that it was George W. Bush that coined the term the soft bigotry of low expectations. Because we should be able to help ourselves. That's what the education system is meant to do. It's meant to empower and to help people climb out of their socioeconomic prison. It's supposed to educate you on the world and prepare you for things to come. But that's not happening anymore. So the people stay dumb and poor, and everyone is getting dragged down and getting poorer. While the government tells us to keep spending as much money as we can, to spend ourselves back into prosperity, all while importing new temporary taxpayers, pretending like your entire way of life will collapse if they don't, while stuffing their friends and their own pockets full of money and creating new and useless bureaucracies to hide the waste of resources. And that is why your state is failing, and it's failing you. That is also why we're all on the same side, and why we should all stop fighting amongst each other before it's too late. Thank you, and good night.